everybody, it's Sarah and I am already back again with a new video. I don't know what's up with me. I have barely been able to consistently upload for the past 2 years. I was lucky if I uploaded a video in a month, and now I think this is my third one in less than 2 weeks, and I really don't know what's up. I mean, I know what's up because I've had a general burst of motivation in just all parts of my life, including uploading, reading, working out, uni, just everything. So that's why I'm currently uploading a lot. Also, I thought I'd mention this. It's kind of one of the reasons behind my sudden burst of motivation. I talked about it on my Twitter, so if you don't follow me there, go and follow me. Shameless self-plug. I mostly shitpost though, but it's a good way to keep updated on my life if that's something you're interested in. I wouldn't know why, but if you are, go there. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that I am finally cancer-free, which is so exciting to say, and I'm so relieved to be able to say this. And you probably already guessed, since my hair is coming back. Well, if you knew, if this is the first video you're watching, hello, I'm Sarah, and I had cancer, but it's all over now, and that is exciting, and that's just what I wanted to say. Anyway, now on to the video. Today is very exciting because I'm finally doing a tag again. I haven't done one in ages, and the tag is the International Booktuber Tag, which was created by Daniela in Prague, who also tagged me. I will leave her original video in the description box down below. And this tag basically is all about being an international booktuber, so being a booktuber who does not speak English as the native language, but still makes videos in English. And I kinda did a video on a similar topic, however not like filming videos in English, but just reading in English when it's not your native language. So I will leave that video in the description box down below as well, if you're interested in checking that out. Anyway, now on to the questions. The first question is, what language do I speak? I am from Austria, and as such I speak German, although a lot of people are not aware that that's the language that's spoken in Austria, because whenever I travel I get at least a few people asking me what's my native language. But yeah, it's German, more accurately Austrian German instead of German German. However, we generally understand each other. It's kind of like Australians and British and Americans will generally speak the same language. However, there are just a few words that cause confusion because they suddenly have a different meaning or they just don't exist in one of those countries. But mostly we'll understand each other. However, Austrian German is prettier. The second question is, in what language do I read books? I, of course, read books mostly in English. I have been reading books mostly in English since I was 13 years old, and I will only pick up German books if I can't be helped, or if there's a German author that interests me and that I want to pick up the book from, because I generally want to read in the original language. If I speak it, of course. And then I will also now and again read in French. I won't read novels, I read bande dessinée, which are kind of the French and Belgian graphic novels. And my French isn't good enough to read novels. However, if I have a lot of pictures, I will understand it. So I don't generally have a problem reading French when it comes to bande dessinée, and it's a good way to practice. Third question is, if there is a booktube community in your country, in your native language, why did you join the international booktube community? And there is actually quite a large German-speaking community. I don't know how many of those booktubers are from Austria. Most of them, I guess, are from Germany. But first of all, I didn't know that that community existed when I started my booktube channel. Second, I don't watch videos in German like ever. I don't like the German language that much, especially when it comes to German. And it's just weird and awkward. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below if you're like not German speaking and if you watch booktubers in your native language and you're not English speaking and it also sounds like kind of weird and awkward and just not comfortable to listen to. And then the third reason why I wouldn't have joined the German booktube community even if I had known it existed, I talked about this in the video I mentioned, is that I mostly read books in English, and I mostly read fantasy books, and there will be thought up words kind of that will be translated differently in a translation, and I just can't be bothered to look up every translation of every single thought up word. And I actually had quite a problem with this when I reviewed the Codex Alera series, because I did read that in German because I couldn't find the English books and I couldn't be bothered to order it online, and I just had troubles when I reviewed that series because I just didn't know a lot of the English words. The fourth question is any struggles as a non-native speaker, and of course there will be the odd words that won't come to mind, although I talk English so much even in my day-to-day life, because most of my close friends speak English very well, so we won't talk German to each other and we won't talk English to each other, but we'll just talk whatever, and we'll start a sentence in English and end it in German or vice versa, and it's just a whole mix. And even when I talk German, there will be words that only come to mind in English because I just don't know the German translation in that moment. It's just like that. Sometimes when I edit, I will be like, oh my god, I made a really embarrassing grammatical mistake here. This is so obvious. What did I do? Why did I do it? I want to refilm the whole video. I won't, of course, not because of one mistake, but of course there's like the odd mistakes that happen. But I think the biggest problem, although that doesn't really have to do with non-native speaker, but just like not living in America or Great Britain or whatever, is one, like, even if I had the money, I can't ever go through all those fun book conventions that always go on in America where everyone meets all the other booktubers, and it's just not very likely that there are any booktubers that I can collaborate with, like in a close vicinity, or different booktubers and make videos with. Of course you can always collaborate just like across the ocean or something, but specifically film videos with, which is kind of sad, but what can you do? The fifth question is, how do I get a hold of books? And my closest bookstore, which is Thalia, which is kind of like a big bookstore chain like Barnes & Noble, has quite a good English section. Like, I'll usually find all the books that are currently hyped on Booktube there, so if I want to read any of those books. And they also have a good selection of books that I have never heard of, so if there are any books that seem interesting to me, I can also pick them up. I can also order via the bookstore, like I can go online and ask them to order it for me and then go to the bookstore or have it delivered to my door. Or I can always order on Amazon. It's like not a big deal getting English books at all. The next question is, what is the best thing about the international booktube community? And I can talk about that in German if I want to, so I'm gonna try to do that, although it's gonna be very awkward. And so, das Beste an der internationalen Booktube-Community ist eigentlich nur, dass man verschiedene Leute von verschiedenen Orten auf der Welt hat, mit verschiedenen Ansichten, und dass man diese Ansichten austauschen kann, dass man viele neue Sachen lernen kann, dass man viele neue Leute kennenlernen kann, und das ist einfach immer ein Plus im Leben. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna talk in German. God, that was so awkward. I hate myself right now. See, that's what I meant. It doesn't feel natural talking German about books. But anyway, short translation of what I said. I said the best thing about the international booktube community is that you just have different people from different places with different opinions, and that there's a lot of stuff that we can learn from each other. The last question is, do I watch any other international booktubers? And I actually don't. I have actually basically not watched booktube for the past 2 years, and I'm only getting into reading again after my 2-year reading slump. So I'm not really up to date with all the booktubers again, and so I'm currently just concentrating on the reading, and then I'll go back to Booktube. But if you are an international booktuber, leave a comment down below and leave your link, and I'll definitely check you out. And so the last question of tagging someone is kind of difficult. I'm a bit lazy, so I won't tag anyone in the video right now. Consider yourself tagged if you're an international booktuber and watching this, and I'll just browse Twitter for a second before I upload it and try to find people that I can tag and then tag those people on Twitter. And yeah, that was it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, all my links are in the description box down below to my social media. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe subscribing, and I hope I'll see you really soon. Bye!